course, we're glad you guys could join us for our Talk It Over. After, of course, our Christmas break with At the Movies Christmas, which was, of course, excellent. Yeah. If you didn't get a chance, I'm sorry you missed out because it was really good. But we are wrapping up the year, kind of a year-end almost review. It's kind of neat to look back on 23 as we head into 24. So do you guys have any new updates over, the past few weeks, things that have been good and exciting, or anything new that's happened?
Yeah, just time off from work for Christmas break. I worked just one day in the last week, but other than that, just lots of time with family, friends, lots of really good food. Thankfully didn't feel as full and heavy as I have in previous years, so nice. I may have had a bit more self-control this time around, but yeah, it was a good time. Good time.
That's good. How
about for you guys?
Yeah, we both had the week off last week, and so it was awesome just to kind of hang out and have a lot of just family time. That's kind of a theme for 2023. There was just a lot of family time, and we're both being off of work. It's nice just to be chill. We actually didn't have any family gatherings or anything between Christmas and New Year's, and so we just kind of lazed around and hung out, kept it low key, which was really great. But now it's kind of like, okay, now I need to start thinking about how do I get back to the normal routines of the week.
Yeah, that's for sure. Survived all the family Christmases.
There was a lot.
One every weekend.
It was good.
It was good.
It went really
Survived
well.
them all, got through them all. Had good times, some good conversations. So that was always good. And yeah, just having the week off has been really nice just to gear down from, for me, a crazy tire season, crazy October, November. That's just been go. So having a bit of a break is nice. And then we'll kick back in a couple days here and get back into the regular routine, which is kind of nice because we only have a 4-day work week and we're back to the weekend. So
True.
Nice little ease into the new year, which is nice. So yeah, it should be good. So I don't know what that looks like for you guys. So let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. What's something been exciting over the past few weeks? Maybe just that lead up to Christmas has just been super exciting and you had a good Christmas, something relaxing, and being able to just enjoy that with family and just enjoy. So today we have kind of just a one-off message from Craig. It's all about you can make a difference. And they kind of talked about that today, just kind of all the differences that have happened over the past year and years. Life Church has been kind of going, which has been really neat. So yeah, it should be a good conversation. Our scripture today comes from 1 Thessalonians 3 verses 7-9. So we have been greatly encouraged in the midst of our troubles and suffering, dear brothers and sisters, because you have remained strong in your faith. It gives us new life to know that you are standing firm in the Lord. How we can thank God for you. Because of you, we have great joy as we enter God's presence. And a great way to kind of look back is, we do have that with God. God gives us, that strength to continue on and having the faith to know that he's always there supporting us and bringing us through those troubling and hard times, which of course we do all go through. So to start our question today, what was a favorite memory for 23? Something that really stood out or maybe didn't stand out, but was really impactful for you. Something that really was just memorable.
I think for me was the Make-A-Wish trip that we had with our son. And he wished to go to Disney. And so we just made so many awesome family memories, and he got to experience Florida and what that's like, flying in an airplane for the first time. There was lots of Star Wars that week.
I felt was good.
Yeah, not complaining. It was a lot of fun. And then also, to kind of add to that, he also got selected to be a recipient of Trees of Joy, which is another fundraising event that Make-A-Wish does, so that people who sponsor the wishes also get to have the opportunity to sponsor a tree. And then the kid actually gets to decide how they want their tree to look. And so the people or the organization that is doing this does their best job to make the tree decorated according to how the child wishes it to be decorated. And so our son wished for a Star Wars tree, and it looks like it's Darth Vader. It was just, I don't know, the whole event. And yeah, the whole month of kind of October, November was just all about Make-A-Wish and just having fun and celebrating that we kind of got through the chaos of the first 8 years of his life. Mm-hmm. So it was just really, really good.
Yeah, it's nice that you had that intentional family time. And it's bittersweet because you're being reminded of the challenges you faced over the years with this health stuff. Yeah. But then also like celebrating this next milestone as a family. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We got to go to Florida as well. My husband and I celebrating our 1 year anniversary, which was really good. And spent 3 weeks in Florida. And before that, you take so much time, months, weeks to plan something. It comes and then it goes. Yeah. But it was good just to have like a long duration of time to relax, to enjoy the beautiful weather. We love like the beach and Florida weather. Being able to go all the way down to the Keys and just look out into the sunset. I don't know, there's something about looking out into the ocean and just being in awe of God's creation, but also just feeling really small. It's like, oh my gosh, I live in this big world, but God like cares about me and he has a purpose for me. So just having that perspective was really cool. Being able to enjoy like a Haagen-Dazs ice cream, because down there they know how to do it well. Banana split, I recommend. Yeah. And going to like Universal and stuff. So all around, just lots of great memories with my husband John and his family too. So yeah, I can't believe it happened. Like it was a few months ago, but it was really good and lots of memories from that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Make-A-Wish stuff was probably the most memorable part of this year. And seeing how much of a blessing that was for Emmett to be able to do that, and us to be a part of it. But then again, that reminder of all the hard stuff we went through to get to that point. And then when we're down there, kind of being reminded and seeing families that are definitely in a more difficult place than we are right now. We were there, but seeing them there was a reminder of, wow, we've come a long way. God's been a part of that and a part of that blessing, which has made a huge difference for us. But just seeing the joy that was through Emmett's eyes, enjoying that trip, being, just getting to experience it all was something out of this world that it was just amazing. It was a lot of family memories, a lot of enjoyment, and just seeing Emmett light up, seeing some of the Star Wars characters and getting pictures and riding the Star Wars rides and just getting to see him light up, I guess, in some of the areas that I enjoy. And then he's starting to take some enjoyment in those areas and just enjoying it. It's just, it really just build the memories as a family just to enjoy, which was really excellent. And, but again, it comes and goes. It was something we've been waiting for years. Yeah. It comes and it's like gone and it's done. And it's like, wow, that took so long to get here and it was gone like an instant, right? But very, very enjoyable and certainly looking forward to 24 to create more memories, different memories, but more enjoyable family memories. And I think we can all kind of get to that idea that we're looking forward to creating more in the upcoming year and get to enjoy more of those times with each other. Okay, so as I kind of went on here about making a difference and that we can make a difference and that look back on the past years of Life Church, and got me thinking kind of what have we done as a church over the past year and what does that look like and so specifically to the message, was there something that was impactful in the message and maybe even something impactful for us as a church for the past year? Something that maybe stood out to you guys.
Yeah, I think about when one of the speakers said that God uses your simple, ordinary actions to make an extraordinary, eternal, spiritual impact. And sometimes we don't get to see the impact that our actions have or our generosity, and sometimes we do.
Yep.
So I think about Operation Christmas Child. So as a church, we put together a little over 10 to 15 shoe boxes and put in like toys and school supplies and all of that. Mm-hmm. And that was one piece to what we got to be a part of. And then also being able to volunteer at one of the drop-off locations in Kitchener. And just being able to connect with other volunteers, be a part of this bigger mission that Operation Christmas Child runs, and just seeing, one, there's so many kids around the world who don't get to have a special Christmas with like a gift. But also it's not just about giving them a physical gift, it's also about pouring into them spiritually and sharing the gospel. And so I love that, Samaritan's Purse, in that like Operation Christmas Child campaign, they're very intentional about, they give a gift and then they also share the gospel with that. And so we got to bring our different strengths. The guys were building, putting together the boxes, and you and John went to pack up the truck. And so just being willing to bring ourselves, work together as a team, connect with other people, and be a part of this greater mission that God has through Operation Christmas Child. So just seeing, even though we are a small church, we're all willing to serve and give of ourselves as much as we can. And God is honored and glorified with that. So that was just one of the many ways, honestly, this past year that our church has been so generous in that way.
Yeah. I loved the part where I don't remember her name, but the Mexican pastor was talking about the impact of how Life Church has network churches, and as a network church, like, we are one. We have access to a website called Open, where we can go and download resources from Life Church. And just how, because of their generosity with that, we can just make a bigger impact, that we aren't focusing solely on creating content or creating things for the website or message series. We can kind of piggyback off of them and get all of that content so that we can focus on loving other people and loving our community, and be able to do Operation Christmas Child and help with Samaritan's Purse with the shoe boxes. And I think one of my favorite things that we do as a church is Coldest Night of the Year, which was the fundraiser that Ray of Hope, one of our local mission partners, runs as a fundraiser to try to raise money to run supports for homeless people and for people who just need a little bit of extra support, or food or clothing or shelter within our community. And I love that it's in February, because I find February such a cold, damp, dark month. And yet that's something that I can look forward to, even to January, just looking forward to into February, to be able to go and be outside walking with other people and know that we're helping and supporting a great cause, and that, we can support Ray of Hope through that.
Yeah. It's so good. It's a lot of fun. And like, just being able to put ourselves in the place of others who are homeless, who are hurting, who are constantly facing the cold. And being able to do that, I mean, for one day, but also invite other people through like their giving and sponsoring us as we walk. So it's cool to see people all play a part of that. And all those parts matter.
I think for me, when Craig was talking about the one life group that's got like 80 people involved in it.
That's a lot.
And it is such a mix of people, and yet the life change that happens in there, that they've got guys that are just out of prison, they've got prostitutes, they've got like everybody. And seeing how that community in that life group really can have such an impact on life change, and how them being there and supportive can really bring them closer to God in a way that can change their hearts, and how they just see everything in the world. And I thought that was just, it was incredible to see how, how that all comes together, because as we continue to do life together as, as a church group, as life groups, in that support, seeing how impactful that is, again, just makes me just like, wow, it's amazing what God can do through us, just being in community together.
Yep.
And yeah, Ray of Hope and Samaritan's Purse and just all of what we've done throughout the year in support of them and seeing us come together for collecting food, you know, having that ready for Ray of Hope, that they can be able to disperse that amongst people in the community that do need it. But again, us doing it solely would be different than how we do it together, that we all just come together, we bring our resources, we put it together and we send it down and we do, you know, the most that we can. And just being, again, seeing that, and then, you know, the shoe boxes and Samaritan's Purse and coming together for that and putting together these shoe boxes and getting them down there and being a part of seeing all the big boxes put together with all the little shoe boxes in and a room filled with them. And I'm like, man, it's amazing what happens when people come together. And then seeing those, get put into a truck ready to go dispersed over the world. And again, not knowing the impact that it has, but knowing that it's going to impact some child in some way, I think is just kind of that icing on the top. Just knowing that it's going to make an impact. May not see it, but we know it's there. I think is a big part of it.
Well, and as a church, like, we can do big things. There's a quote here from this message of, we are big enough to impact the world and small enough to care for the one. Like, within the life group of the 80 some odd people, that's a massive life group. But there's so much life change because they're all doing what they have been created to do, and their purpose to care for each other individually. Because it's when someone is willing to set their agenda aside and stop being busy, focus on one person in their life group or in their life, and then that's where true life change happens. And then that's where we can support each other by doing that.
Yeah, the message today was just excellent. And all the pieces that they touched on in seeing, you know, different areas of life change and globally and talking about, and the guy from, was it Zimbabwe? Zambia.
Yeah.
Physically carrying Bibles with him and trekking for
days
bringing these to remote places, and then having, again, the YouVersion Bible app he can bring on his phone. He can share messages, but again, then can share messages to these small communities in a language they understand, which is amazing. That they get to experience God's word in a way they've never experienced it. Right. So again, just seeing that as a global piece and how big things can get, and having the access to it makes such a difference. And I think that's one thing I love with Life Church, is they just make all of their resources just extremely accessible, that you can get them, you can download them, you can access them, you can use them, it's all there.
You can share them.
It's all there. And I think that's kind of the big picture is, you know, we come from a country that's quite good in, I would say, the top 1% of the world, that we do have the technology, the resources, things that are available, that we can do things like that. That we are able to do that. And every little bit that we can contribute is just a little bit more that can be done for the kingdom. And so, I think that was just, the whole message today was just excellent. I really, really loved it. And just getting a lot of different perspectives from different pastors from different areas, and the life change that they've seen, as well as how that's impacted just everybody in their communities. I thought it was just excellent. It was really, really good. Wow. We have come to the end here. What a conversation. Quite love it. Time flies, as we've all discussed today. Time just flies, of course, when you're enjoying yourself, right? So as we come to close here, guys, we, of course, want to thank you again, guys, for joining us for, again, this week of Talk It Over as we wrap up 23, headed into the new year. Really exciting and looking forward to what all, of course, God has for us in the upcoming year. We want to thank the tech team, of course, behind us, making this all, of course, available for you guys to be involved and be a part of this each and every week. And, of course, we want to remember, whoever finds God,
finds life.